head football coach. Season opener comes up on Saturday, but our leadoff guest opening their season on Friday. Join me in welcoming Baylor volleyball coach Ryan McGuyre. Coach, welcome to you.
Yeah, John, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Appreciate your being here. It's early. Season hadn't even started. You've had an exhibition, but the rasp is already there for you. The raspy voice.
Yeah, I'm not a yeller, but I gotta encourage really loudly. We got the Farrell Center 3 courts, so for them to hear me, I apologize. I came straight from practice, so this is what I sound like the end of practice most days.
Off season, does it go away, or does it ever go away?
Honestly, I never really had it until I came to Texas.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so it's probably the cedars that I'm living in the middle of a little bit, but yeah, no, it'll go away and come back.
I know. That's probably it. People say they have allergies when they move to Waco, that they never had allergies before, so you might be in that group.
Baylor's got premier speech therapy, and I need to take advantage of it. So Avery Skinner still owes me a session. She says she can help me project better without causing all these nodules or whatever.
I got you. Very good. Speaking of Avery Skinner, comes back with a silver medal from the Olympics.
Yeah,
that
really
was
excited
tremendous.
about that.
Yeah.
What a great testament to her, to her time at previous institution and time here at Baylor, her work ethic. Awesome to see. Just the whole family's great. And, you know, she wasn't the highest on the depth charts when she started, but just climbing. And so excited for her. So great to have a Baylor Bear out there winning a medal for us.
That was so fun to watch. You and your team had some international travel this summer as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, incredible highlight. We were blessed to be able to go compete against national teams and professional teams and some youth teams in Hungary, Slovenia, Austria, and Italy. For most of our girls, it's the first time out of the country and first time flying and going overseas and being in other countries. And great opportunity to play some great volleyball, great opportunity for us to bond. Like this team is one of the closest teams I've ever been able to coach. And also a great time to just share God's love to other people through the common language of volleyball. And like, hey, there's something different about these Baylor girls. And I thought our girls did a great job being bold to those that are going through life kind of trying to do the same things and compete and maybe didn't even speak the language or, you know, their English over there is really good. But then also some of the clinics we were able to do just be a bright, shining light for those youth.
Wow. Was it it's pretty good competition, right?
Yeah,
high-level
great competition.
for you.
Hungary national team, the Czech Republic national team came down. We played them at the Austrian national team center. Played some semi-pro teams and then some youth national teams from Italy, which are really good. Kind of like the USA national teams that are collegiate teams that Briseño and Czech have competed on before.
Sometimes you go on an international trip, sometimes you go and you kind of plant in one place and then play different teams there, but y'all were moving around. I mean,
we were moving around. We were pretty much a different place every 2 days or day and a half. So, but that let us see so much. You know, we get to see Venice, we get to see Milan, but we're in Maribor, we're in Budapest. Like, just to me, I love travel, giving the girls these opportunities. That the culture is different, and not every place is like Waco, Texas, so they get to experience that.
This is true. Travel pretty smooth for you, or did you have any hiccups along the way?
Yeah, travel was great for everyone except for Sophia Keene. Kind of taken by customs in Paris. So we actually landed in Paris on the way there.
Right.
And, she thought she was going to be locked up for a long time, but we worked it all out. She did have to fly back to the U.S. and came back and met us.
Is that
later.
right?
So after that, it was smooth sailing, and glad we were able to get her back. So she was a little freaked out for a little bit there. But
was that a passport issue or?
Yeah. She had reported it stolen and then found it. And went through all the process. She thought U.S. cleared her, but when we got there, they thought she had a stolen passport. And
man!
Because she's 18, wouldn't let coaches or anybody go see her. And,
I'm sorry to hear that.
And on it, so we'll as more time goes on, then we can tease her about it a little bit. But,
give it a little time.
Yeah.
So she flew over with you, with the group. Got detained in Paris, came back to the United States. And then flew and met us in Austria when we were in Austria. So she missed 2 days in Hungary. But her mom, her family was phenomenal in working it all out and going through that and helping her have that experience as well. And she, like all of it, like
she was bummed, but just the minute she's around her teammates,
Perfect.
Everything's great.
That's good. Did you have any like family members go along on the trip with you?
Yeah, no, I was able to bring all three of my kids. Were able to come. So Tristan, who's a junior here at Baylor, manager, so he's in the gym every day helping us out, came. Katana, who's gone, like just dropped her off, or my wife's dropping her off for college right now, so she's out of the house, so was able to come. And it was so unique because my daughter she's older than Tori Davis, who's on her team. She's older than some of our young freshmen, so it's the first time like coaching women that are the same age.
Yeah, that's interesting.
For my whole life, I've been taking notes. All right, what did your parents do? What did your dad do? What did your mom do? To hopefully be a better father to Katana, but now I'm kind of coaching the same age as my daughter. And then, Ryder, full of energy, came and joined us as well. So
very cool.
No dull moment. We were zipping down mountains on alpine slides and bike riding in between, and then trying to have our legs left to go play some matches. So they kind of wore us out.
Wow, what a great trip. So would you say from your international trip, the best benefit from that was the competition on the court, or more just your team being together in this setting and the bonding that your team had?
It really is all of the above. And we were able to do something special before we left. We did the Baylor's Faith and Sport Institute week of training, so we did this great race. So we did some other team bonding things there. So that helps because like Jackie Frazier, transfer from Auburn for us, is going to be a key part. Jennifer Bolden coming in, Emlyn coming, joining us here in the summer. So those three get to get acclimated, get to understand. We get to do the volleyball also, so we don't got to wait all summer. So it kind of gives us a jump start. And then, the camaraderie, the chemistry, the hope is that whatever drama we may have this year, comes out then. And
right.
We talk about like drama is just conflict that's not dealt with. And so there really weren't any issues. When there were, we really know how to handle them. And, coming off like a great practice today, and we got after it. It was gritty, it was hard, but we also, our opposites were being goofballs in their 2 minutes when they weren't in a way that was multiplying the joy in what's happening on the court. So it really was all of the above this trip.
Man, that is great. So great. Coach Drew, when men's basketball has had international trips in the summer, he feels like those have more often than not led to really good seasons. Like it's sort of a kickstart to the season and just the time together that you really can't duplicate except on a trip like that.
Yeah, no, 100% so much truth to that. 2019, we went to Kenya to Mission Trips team there. We go to the Final Four. Previous institutions wouldn't have done, like Costa Rica, Dominican. We've won some national championships at the NAI level and stuff back then. So it's really true to that.
Yeah.
It's carried over. Even when we went Italy, 2015. Big change. Broke records back then in 2015.
Yeah, right.
So.
Very cool. All right, glad you're here. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. We're glad everyone is here at Rudy's. We've got some question cards to pass around. If you'd like a card, raise a hand and we'll get it to Gordon right here. We'll get the card to you. We'll get your questions in front of either Coach McGuyre or later Coach Aranda. So raise a hand. We'll get the cards to you. We are live at Rudy's. It's the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. And we'll be right back after this. Oh, I'm sure. Bob? Aaron, if you can hear us, we're not getting return. Okay, I got your text. Here you go. Talk to Aaron. to time this break. I know. Will you get him on the phone so he can cue us? Bob's calling you. We're back live from Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Thanks again to Rudy's, a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. We appreciate our hosts again here at Rudy's. With Coach Ryan McGuyre, Baylor volleyball coach. What year is this for you at Baylor? This is number 10.
Year
Fantastic.
Number 10, yeah.
All right. Well, milestone 10, year number 10, and Madeline Allen was making the point today. You've got some seniors on your roster this year. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, last year was unique. First time I've ever had a team with 0 seniors on it, and this year we got 7, and it makes such a difference. We feel the best leaders are servants, and so we got 7 people that are modeling servanthood in there, and a lot of people, the freshmen, sophomores, juniors that are mimicking that as well. But just the experience of how to handle day-to-day, and then obviously the wisdom and experience on the court, what to do in certain situations, in system, out of system, tight sets, offsets. They just make quicker decisions.
A couple of your student-athletes preseason all Big 12, Lauren Briseno, great honor there, and Elise McGee, preseason all-conference.
Yeah, Lauren just had an amazing practice today doing elite-level stuff. One of the best passing liberos in the whole country, maybe the best. I think she'll hit that mark this year. Was really almost doing one-man serve receive for us in practice today, and how much she's being aggressive, reading serve specifically, but then also defensively. We got some heavy arms in the gym, and she's just getting fearless and just digging those balls up. Not just like getting them up, but putting them to targets so we can run an offense. And then Elise is just kind of that steady leader that is, top spin jump serving from the back row. Has really made great strides in blocking. Kara, her sister, was a great blocker for us many years, but these past 2 years, and definitely this year, one of our top blockers is an outside hitter.
Very nice. Tell us about your the newcomers to the roster, the transfers that you mentioned earlier, and then the freshmen also.
Yeah, so Jackie, fifth-year senior setter coming from Auburn, so got a lot of experience. Really has a great voice in the gym. One of our captains and team voted captain, so just you can imagine the influence she's been able to have really just kind of during the foreign tour was really the time and opportunity to establish that. Jennifer Bolden, we got 3 lefties in our gym, so it gives us great depth coming from Howard, transferring in. And then, pick up another backup setter, Emlyn Stetton from Chicago area. And then Grace Carroll doesn't seem like she's a freshman. She joined us in January. Really hits the snot out of the ball, 6'5", beautiful, lovely woman. Just so fun to be around. And then you get her around Taylor Crane or other libero defensive specialists. That is just those two are just a hoot, a lot of fun.
Really.
But they train hard, train really well, and don't look like freshmen right now in the gym.
Wow. I love it when you have a description of someone that they hit the snot out of the ball.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
It blows it up, and you don't want to get any of that on you. You don't want to get any of that on you. Yeah.
Very athletic. How about the move for you in the Farrell Center, volleyball and acrobatics and tumbling? You guys really take over the whole space of the Farrell Center. How's that working out?
Yeah, it's working out great. Coach Fee's been phenomenal. We've always worked well together, and we hope some of our national championships kind of rub off on us in there. It's really helps us from the training aspect to have room for the Briseños and Ali Checks and Kendall Murphy, like anyone who want to get extra reps, like, hey, net's set up, they can go do it. And, there's a place for that and enough room. And then we can spread out. So, maybe, hey, we got 6 people need to work on serve. Now we got more nets, and they don't got to wait longer before they can go serve again. Kind of like basketball shooting free throws, like, hey, now we can get those reps. So that part's been great. The big thing will just accommodate class schedules even better, so that we can kind of practice at an optimum time that allows our student athletes to have breaks in between class, hit their tutors, and not feel like they're running from one or the other.
Yeah.
So I think quality of life for everybody is great. And, as coaches, don't have to go 6 a.m. or 8 p.m. as much. So, more quality time with their families as well.
Man, that is great on so many levels. And office-wise, office space, y'all moved, didn't you?
Yeah, popped on over, and offices are offices. They're great. Meet everything. Like, I'm good. I could be in a closet and just as long as we have enough balls and things out on the court to train, it's been great. So
what about the other parts of the Farrell Center, like the training room and the weight room?
Yeah.
You have more access to that now?
Yeah.
More time
yeah.
there?
No, and we're looking forward to future renovation and as they create more space for Acro to fit in there in their squad. So if it's going to be able to accommodate their 50+ roster, then our 18+, 20+ should have plenty of room. But it's been good too, because our girls love the other athletes. So we've had tennis in there now, we've had cross country in there now, and I love seeing them interact. And it's going to miss basketball moving out, because those staffs were awesome and fun to hang out with. But now we get a new staff in there to rub shoulders with and kind of mentor each other a little bit on the challenges we have. But yeah, seeing the athletes interact as well and have space for them is going to be really special and really good.
One more question along those lines. Will we do anything in the main area of the Farrell Center, the main floor, to sort of retrofit it for you and A&T?
Well, for starters, we have a new floor. So we have a brand new Terraflex floor, branded. So it's green, it's wood. It looks completely different. So you guys see us on TV, but hopefully you're all coming to the matches. It's already a whole different look, and we're probably a year away from more bells and whistles to add to that. But no, I think just that alone makes it look a lot different. We're able to bring the end bleachers a lot closer to the floor, and Lord willing, we'll get some new stadium seating that can get in there and get things a little bit tighter in there, and hopefully it seats 10,000. I'd love to keep getting 7,000 to 8,000 in there and make it a tight packed
terrific
arena with that.
That's great. And there's plenty of opportunities to see your team at home this year.
Yeah.
I was looking through your schedule. Again, Madeline pointed out, I didn't realize, you've got one road match in September. Everything else is home for you.
Yeah, last year was the other way around.
Right.
We were on the road so much, and so I kind of overcorrected maybe a little bit in a good way, just to avoid the wear and tear, because there's some back-to-back matches, so it's a little bit intense and repetitive for it. And we're good at home, and so we missed that last year. So yeah, we got a lot more home non-conference matches when we come in there, and it's great to be on our new floor and play those matches.
That's great. 3 tournaments that you're hosting begins this weekend with the Baylor Classic or Invitational. Classic this weekend. And then finally, 4 years later, that Big 12, Big 10 challenge comes to Waco.
Yeah, we're excited to host Wisconsin, Minnesota, always top 25 ranked teams. And, some years we beat Minnesota, some years Wisconsin. So now we got them at home. We got to be able to win. Go get both of them. But they're really good. Those will be good dog fights, but I love kind of the grit that our team's competing with already this year.
That's next weekend.
Yeah.
And then another home tournament, the Baylor Invitational. This weekend, you've got matches against Abilene Christian, 11 a.m. on Friday, Tulsa, 7:30 on Friday, and then Campbell on Sunday.
Correct.
So a full weekend of volleyball.
Full weekend of volleyball. Come watch volleyball, watch football do their thing. Excited to kind of be here at the same time, and then stick around for volleyball on Sunday.
Terrific. That's great. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, your questions for Coach Ryan McGuyre as we continue on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. We'll take a break and be right back live from Rudy's. Yeah. That's not you. All right, Aaron, Bob is going to get you on the phone. We're just not getting any return. You can cue him through the phone. Thanks. Questions. Is this mic up? Is this mic up? It doesn't sound like it. Anybody having more questions? Pass them up. Football, we'll get them. Couple for you.
Yeah. Oh, got it.
Oh.
Every time you lean to the right, I lose you. I know John's smelling, so.
That's right.
That's where the stool was, you know.
That's right. You sat right where it was.
Yeah.
All right. Here's 3 more. I don't see Coach Aranda, so we'll do a
Keep going.
lengthy segment here. Welcome back on the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's. The Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Let's give you our Baylor Scott & White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott & White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. All right, continuing one more segment with Coach Ryan McGuyre, Baylor volleyball coach, about to begin his 10th season here at Baylor. Terrific. Congratulations on reaching that milestone this year. We have questions from the audience for you.
All right.
And Ryder is one of the people in the audience, okay? So
Love it.
Okay, so here we go. First from Michael Ben Kelly. Michael is right there. He says, what has having an Olympic medalist on your team done for your team and for recruiting?
Yeah, it's been huge. I think it validates one of our program's strengths in just how we train. You know, we maybe have early on not had the biggest, tallest, but we really train the sport well, the experience. I think the principles that are important to us translate really well to the pro level, the Olympic level. And, yeah, being able to have Avery, like, come in and kind of hear some of those things, apply what she's learned, add to that, it has been huge. And so it really kind of affirms and validates it, you know, not just having an Olympic medalist, but also the other ones on our team that are deep in the pipeline as well.
Very cool. Great question. Thank you, Michael. Scott Van Kelly, right there, also says, which newcomer should the fans keep an eye on the most this season?
Yeah, I think Jackie Barrett-Frazier, our transfer from Auburn setter, is doing really good. You know, she in her exhibition, even as a setter, was really offensive and had some blocks. So that was something we didn't have much of last year. So that part is good. I think keep an eye on her. Like if we're going to get a yellow card or red card from the officials, it's going to come from Jackie as well, which I love and I embrace because of her intensity and fire and her competitiveness as well.
How do you handle that?
Like she's got an immaculate love for the Lord. Every ball counts. Every point matters. We'll handle it fine. Like I want her talking to the refs, so you know she's not out of control when she does it either. But yeah, some can be persuaded by a stern voice. So sometimes they listen to players more than coaches.
Interesting. All right.
Sometime on that, but no, she's one to keep an eye on for sure as a newcomer. And then Grace Carroll's been doing great things for us as well.
Nice. All right, here's first of two, actually, questions from Ryder McGuyre, a member of the McGuyre family. If you had one word to describe your team as well as your family, what would that word be?
Man, what a mature question from him. He's really growing up compared to the ones we've had in the past. For my team, just the word trustworthy. I can really trust them. Trust is huge on our team. We don't trust because we win, but we win because this team trusts each other. But they live lives that are very trustworthy of easily giving that trust and how they sacrifice to one another, how they love one another. When it comes to my family, like, been really blessed, really fortunate. I'd probably use the word steadfast just to describe them in the steadiness in their pursuits, their ambitions. But, as a coach, like, I've moved all over the country, California, East Coast, Florida, Baylor, and just our steadfast love for each other is been constant, been secure, and I've been really proud to see how God's worked in our family through that.
Love it. Very good. Guys, you're going to miss Katana, aren't you? Oh, away at college. Yes, you will. All right, here's a question from Bob Barrett. Bob is right back there. How do you feel about – oh, this is good. How do you feel about directly paying players and the new roster limits?
Yeah, well – it really doesn't matter how I feel about it. That's what we're doing, right?
It's the way of the world, right?
Dave's up next. We pay players, so that's
right.
That's good. No, life's about adapting, and it's something I got. Probably the biggest challenge isn't for them, but it's how well can I communicate and craft that and do that, raise the funds. But we're fortunate because we have to do both. But the value of the Baylor experience is so significant and hard to put a price on as well, but it's a high-priced place to be. So when we can combine those things, at the end of the day, you attract people who are like-minded. And so for those that value, hey, I want to train to play pro, I want to train to play in the Olympics, I want to train to win a national championship, but I want to be around other trustworthy women that I want to grow and become like. I want to be in a family atmosphere that's steadfast. We get to combine those things, and as long as we're competitive with other programs that are just throwing money out there but not giving the other great things that Baylor does,
right,
I think we'll be really successful.
Nice. Very good. What about roster limits?
Roster limits is, again, I think for us they're talking about 18. That's probably kind of the optimum number.
Okay.
So we still don't know what that's going to look like, and if there's time, like, we're a little bit higher, we're at kind of that 20 range. So just, the only apprehension is, what happens in the in-between time. Like, do we got to make some tough decisions, or are we going to be good? But for us and our sport, I think we'll land in a great spot.
Nice. Thanks, Bob. Thank you very much. Final question. We go back to Ryder McGuyre. Ryder says, what is your favorite experience with each of your family members?
Wow. Okay. Getting deep.
Yeah, it's a good way. This is a good one to wrap up on.
I think I think Tristan and I were able to go to Brazil when he was 6. I was coaching a men's team down there. And I saw another question for favorite away meal coming through here. So that was the first time we had Brazilian barbecue together. I never knew what it was, but I had it in Rio de Janeiro before we were going to coach a USA men's team against a Brazilian men's team. And so that time was one-on-one time with Tristan. I think whenever I get to travel is huge. Honestly, this past trip to Europe was a huge highlight with Ryder. Like, we did the Alpine slide together, and teams shopping at like Gucci stores and Louis Vuitton. Like, that's not our place.
That's
so we were
wild.
able to kind of run off. Katana with the girls. Tristan was with staff. So Ryder and I had some great time. And then with my daughter Katana, it really is probably picking her up recently. She just was on a Survivor show. 2 weeks on her own in the middle of the woods in Kentucky, Red River Gorge, like, with nothing. Like, hey, can these teenagers survive on it? And so kind of gave her a prayer journal with some survival skills on the spiritual side, and then pick her up and just see how she grew through that. And I thought it was a great time preparing her for college. There's really some special, tender moments there.
Did she make it through that okay?
She made it through there. The production crew said she was like the best, the courageous one. Like, she's jumping off cliffs. She's rock climbing. She's, they ate snakes and snapping turtle and crawdads and fish and all stuff that she kind of figured out how to do.
Wow.
And wasn't shy about it. I think that the key takeaway was kind of like me at that age. Like, she realized she has emotions. Like, I hid them forever for a long time, and fortunately my wife brought it out. But yeah, she's beginning to open it up too. So that way we were able to talk a little bit more about just swords and tough stuff, like that.
Is this a TV show that we can watch for?
Yeah. It's called Call of the Wild, and probably 8 months to a year before it comes out. But season 1. But producer did Bachelor and undercover boss showrunner was naked and afraid, like she has her clothes on the whole time. Don't worry. But that was kind of the
Call of the
new
Wild.
series. Yeah.
All right, we'll watch for it. Coach, good luck starting the season. We'll see you over there on Friday morning at 11, season opener, and good luck this year.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, Coach Ryan McGuyre, Baylor Volleyball.